Beloved chosen one, listen carefully. This is your wake-up call. Heaven is not whispering anymore, it is thundering. You have lingered too long at the edge of obedience, caught in a loop of hesitation and comfort. The alarm of destiny has been ringing, yet you keep pressing snooze with fear and distraction. But now these 3 days, January 10th, 11, and 12, approach like a trumpet blast from eternity. This is divine timing. The calendar of heaven has marked these dates with fire. You were never meant to live halfway awake. You were not created to survive. You were created to awaken. You feel it, don't you? That deep unrest that no amount of scrolling or pretending can bury. It's not confusion. It's your spirit groaning for purpose. The Holy One is shaking your soul because he refuses to let you waste another cycle repeating what you were already called to conquer. It's like your phone alarm every morning. You hit snooze, roll over, tell yourself there's still time, but the sun keeps rising without your permission. Heaven is that alarm, ringing louder each day, waiting for you to open your eyes before opportunities fade with the night. The patterns of fear and delay are not random. They are traps built to keep you asleep. Every time you feel the urge to rise, the enemy whispers, "Later." But the word of the Lord for you is now. Heaven has already approved your next step. You're just waiting for permission from fear. That permission will never come. You must move while the light still burns, for if you keep sleeping through divine timing, darkness will rewrite what could have been your testimony. Chosen one, this message is not entertainment, it's intervention. You have been crying out for breakthrough, but breakthrough cannot come to those who refuse to move. Every answered prayer requires a response. The reason the pressure has increased is because heaven has set a countdown over your destiny. What you do in these next days, how you align, how you obey will determine what unfolds beyond January 12th. It's like driving in circles around the same block, passing the same corners of disappointment. You keep saying, "Next time I'll turn," yet somehow you end up where you started. That's spiritual sleep motion without progress. Do you realize that spiritual sleep is not rest? It is decay when you are asleep. The enemy works unnoticed, rearranging what was meant to bless you. That is why this message is being released now. You are being shaken awake before it is too late. This is the mercy of God dressed in thunder. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in the scroll of Habakkuk. Chapter 2, verse 3, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, though it tarry. Wait for it, for it will surely come, it will not delay." These days ahead are that appointed time. You've been wondering when your moment would come, and God is saying, it has already begun. Imagine a farmer standing in his field beneath heavy clouds. He can't summon rain, but he knows when the season shifts. He takes his shovel, prepares the soil, trusting heaven to send the first drop. You are that farmer, and January 10th, 12 is your rain season. Every delay in your life has been caused by hesitation at the edge of obedience. You saw the door, but you hesitated. You heard the instruction, but you doubted. And now the Spirit says, no more delay. These next 3 days are not a suggestion, they are an activation. God has approved everything that will unfold the favor, the shaking, the realignment. There is a cost to staying asleep. You will lose opportunities meant for your hands and peace meant for your heart. But there is also a cost to awakening, a holy cost. It means letting go of comfort and choosing purpose over approval. Yet that is the price of the crown you were chosen to wear. Beloved, you were not chosen because you were perfect, but because you were willing. Heaven saw that willingness even when you doubted yourself. That's why God has not given up on you. He sees the warrior beneath your weariness. Think about the morning sun pressing through your curtains. Even when your eyes are closed, light demands to be seen. That's what this message is. It's God's light forcing its way into the room of your spirit. Wake up, chosen one. The days of numbness are over. Stand tall, lift your head, and declare, I am awake, I am ready. I will not repeat another cycle. If you hear this message in your spirit, act prophetically. Like, share, and comment the number 777 as a public declaration that you are stepping into divine awakening. Subscribe and sow into this movement not out of obligation, but as a seed of alignment, because what you honor grows in your life. Your obedience begins now. Chosen one. Breathe. Feel that stillness right now, that pause between your heartbeats. Heaven is pressing its seal upon you. The seal of approval is not about popularity or applause. It is God's silent signature written across your spirit, older than your birth, stronger than your doubt. The moment you said yes to your divine calling, heaven marked you. You were approved before you ever performed, loved before you ever succeeded. Yet because this seal is invisible, you've questioned it. You've looked for others to verify what God already established. You asked, do they believe in me? Do they see what I carry? You waited for approval from fragile voices when the voice of the Eternal had already spoken your name. The Spirit says, stop asking what people think. Stop seeking human confirmation for a divine assignment. The seal is already upon you. You mistook silence for rejection. You thought being overlooked meant you weren't enough. But God hid you on purpose. You weren't being ignored, you were being protected. The hidden season was heaven's vault, preserving your oil until the appointed time. Those who once dismissed you will soon witness the mark they could not recognize. And when that unveiling comes, you will understand why the waiting was holy. Every closed door kept counterfeit voices away. Every quiet night was God writing your name in secret places, preparing to reveal you only when your spirit could carry the weight of glory. It was proclaimed in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 7. What he opens no one can shut, and what he shuts no one can open. That is the authority of the seal, the divine lock on your destiny. When God seals something, it becomes untouchable. No betrayal can unmark you. No gossip can cancel what heaven has approved. These tests in your life weren't meant to prove weakness, but to expose authenticity. Pressure formed your endurance, and endurance formed your seal. When you chose integrity over convenience, mercy over revenge, faith over fear, you were being refined. Heaven seals those who keep walking even when misunderstood. Stop asking, why doesn't anyone notice me? You're not missing recognition, you're being reserved for revelation. Recognition is applause. Revelation is purpose. The stage you've been waiting for isn't a platform, it's a spiritual unveiling. The right doors will open not because you chase them, but because the seal on your life demands it. Practice this return to the seal inside. Close your eyes, hand over your heart, and whisper, I am approved by God. Repeat until your mind bows to your spirit. Each time you're tempted to ask, what do they think of me? Remember, they did not seal you, so they cannot unseal you. The Spirit says, stop explaining yourself to those who were never assigned to understand you. Some will call you prideful, some strange, but you are not here to make sense. You are here to make impact. The sealed ones walk in quiet authority. Their peace confuses darkness because it cannot touch them. Look back and see how every rejection redirected you. Every closed door pushed you closer to your Maker. Those moments weren't punishment, they were the press that imprinted the seal. Oil flows only after pressure. Diamonds shine only after crushing. You have endured enough to carry glory now. Do not confuse humility with self-doubt. The approval of heaven doesn't puff up, it grounds you. You don't have to announce your anointing. The fruit of your life will do the talking. Like a royal letter sealed with wax, you carry heaven's insignia wherever you go. The messenger doesn't argue, he delivers, because the seal speaks louder than any words. Chosen one, no more living half approved by God and half dependent on people. Every time you hesitate for fear of opinions, you delay what heaven is trying to release. You cannot serve destiny and approval at the same time. So here's your divine exercise when insecurity whispers. Say, I am sealed. When comparison creeps in, say, I am sealed. When support disappears, smile and declare, I am sealed. The seal of approval means you are authorized. You don't need permission to shine, build, or lead. Walk boldly yet humbly. Let the same hand that sealed you guide you. You are entering a season where divine endorsement will speak for you. God Himself will validate your steps. People who once ignored you will acknowledge the glory resting on you, not because you demanded it, but because heaven's mark is undeniable. Chosen one, stop shrinking. Stop asking, what do they think? You are not a candidate, you are confirmed. The throne has stamped your name in fire. Breathe again, feel that warmth in your chest. That's not emotion, that's recognition. Heaven knows you. The angels recognize you. The seal glows even when you doubt it. Walk as one who carries it. You are sealed, secured, and sent. Chosen one, do not panic when everything around you starts to tremble. What you are feeling is not destruction, it is transition. The shaking before the shift always comes to those who are about to step into divine repositioning. Heaven is loosening what was never meant to stay attached to you. What you call loss, God calls movement. The earth does not break apart without reason. The ground quakes before new things rise. When God shakes your life, it is not punishment, it is preparation. The stable things you depended on begin to wobble so your trust can return to its rightful place, not in people, not in plans, but in Him alone. You may feel like everything familiar is being taken away. Relationships shifting, doors closing, even your emotions feeling unstable. But chosen one, every shaking in your life is a sacred rearrangement. God is clearing out what no longer fits your future. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 18, verse 7. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the mountains quaked and were shaken, because He was angry. When God moves, even creation trembles. If the mountains can shake under His presence, do not be surprised that your life does too. Think of a rug being shaken out in the sunlight. Dust flies everywhere, it looks messy, chaotic, uncontrolled, but it's actually cleansing. That is what's happening to you. Heaven is shaking out everything that has settled in your spirit: fear, guilt, old memories, doubts, and compromises. The shaking is not there to destroy you, it's there to make you clean again. You prayed for growth, chosen one. Growth requires stretching. You asked for promotion. Promotion requires pressure. You asked for clarity. Clarity requires shaking. You cannot hold new wine in old wineskins. The shaking is heaven's way of saying, make room. When you feel the ground moving beneath you, don't run. Stand still and remember every tremor carries purpose. You're not falling apart. You're being restructured. The tree that looks most unstable in the storm is often the one whose roots are growing deeper underground. What you call instability, heaven calls rooting. Picture a snow globe. It looks peaceful when still, but when shaken, every flake begins to dance in light. The shaking doesn't ruin the beauty, it releases it. You are that globe in God's hands. He shakes you to awaken what was dormant. Many of you feel as if friendships are shifting or your calling is changing direction. Don't resist it. The people who leave you in this season were only assigned to the chapter that is now closing. When God shifts you, not everyone can handle the altitude. You can't carry everyone into the next dimension of your destiny, and that's okay. Chosen one, even Jesus faced a shaking before his greatest shift. Before resurrection came the cross. Before exaltation came separation. Your shaking is proof that heaven trusts you with transformation. God doesn't shake what he plans to abandon, he shakes what he intends to strengthen. So here is your spiritual assignment when you feel the tremors. Speak stability into your soul. Say aloud, I will not break. I am being built. Let that phrase echo in the deepest parts of you. Repeat it until peace replaces panic. Every storm you've endured has built resilience into your bones. You've already survived shakings that should have buried you. Remember those nights you thought it was over, but somehow morning came. That was heaven proving you were unshakable even in shaking. Now comes the shift, the divine rearrangement. After the shaking ends, new order begins. The doors that closed will make sense. The pain that confused you will reveal purpose. You'll see how the ground that once cracked open became the place where fresh water flowed. And in this moment, I invite you to comment these words, I stand firm. Write it below as a prophetic declaration. You're not typing to impress anyone, you're anchoring your spirit in truth. Each word you release into the atmosphere is a statement of agreement with heaven. I will not crumble under pressure. I will stand firm until the shift completes. The shaking is almost over, but the shift is just beginning. Hold steady. Keep worshiping when it feels unstable. Keep believing when logic shakes. Keep loving when others fall away. The foundation under you is not failing, it's being relayed by divine hands. When all this is done, you'll realize the shaking was mercy in disguise. It removed the counterfeit so the authentic could arrive. It broke false dependence so true trust could grow. The shaking made you unshakable. Chosen one, lift your head and breathe deeply. Now you are still standing, still chosen, still sealed. The shift is here, and nothing can stop it now. Chosen one, listen closely. There are moments when heaven decides to uncover what has been hidden, not to shame you, but to free you. This is that season. You have entered the realm of revelation, where truth replaces illusion, and the light of God exposes both the traps around you and the treasures within you. This is the unveiling of hidden things revealed. For so long, you have been walking with unanswered questions: why certain people disappeared, why your prayers seemed delayed, why doors once opened suddenly closed. But the Spirit whispers nothing was random. Every silence concealed divine intention. Heaven was arranging revelation behind the veil of confusion. You were never forgotten. You were being positioned for understanding. The hidden things are not only about external events. They are also about what lies within you. There are gifts you haven't yet recognized, strengths that emerged only through pain, and wisdom forged in your private battles. The shaking that came before this moment was the key turning in the lock. Now, the vault opens, as was spoken in the sacred texts of Luke, chapter 8, verse 17. For nothing is hidden that will not be disclosed, nor is anything secret that will not come to light. The time for concealment has ended. God's light is shining on every dark corner, not to condemn, but to heal. What the enemy tried to hide in darkness, God is now bringing into clarity. Chosen one, don't be afraid of revelation. The truth that exposes is the same truth that sets free. You prayed for direction, but before direction comes, deception must fall. God cannot fill hands still clutching illusions. That's why he is revealing the truth about certain relationships, intentions, and even your own habits. It may sting, but it will also save you. You might notice sudden realizations, people's true motives surfacing, hidden opportunities reappearing, long-forgotten dreams stirring again. That is not coincidence. It is divine exposure. Heaven is lifting the curtain. The things that once confused you will soon make sense. You will look back and say, "Now I understand why it had to happen that way." Sometimes, God hides blessings in brokenness. You thought that heartbreak was punishment, but it was protection. You thought rejection meant failure, but it was redirection. The pain was a disguise for purpose. Every tear was watering the seed of revelation growing beneath your surface. And yet, with every unveiling comes responsibility. What you do with revealed truth matters. When God shows you what's real, you can't pretend you didn't see it. Some friendships will require distance. Some environments will no longer feel right. It's not pride, it's discernment. The same light that reveals direction also exposes danger. Walk carefully, but confidently. You may feel uncomfortable, as if you're seeing too much too quickly. Don't rush the process. Revelation unfolds in layers. God gives you light as you're ready to carry it. Don't demand answers beyond your season. Embrace the ones already glowing before you. When God reveals hidden things, He also reveals Himself. You'll start noticing His fingerprints on every chapter, the delay that turned into protection, the detour that led to destiny, the unanswered prayer that saved you from the wrong path. The light of revelation not only clarifies your story, it magnifies His faithfulness. Chosen one, this is the time to keep your heart soft and your spirit alert. The enemy thrives in secrecy, but he loses power when truth is spoken. Speak truth over your life. God is revealing what I need to see when I need to see it. That simple confession breaks confusion. So here is your prophetic act today. Comment the number 4424 below. Let it be your declaration of illumination 4, symbolizing divine order, the alignment of heaven's light with your path. When you type 4424, you are saying, I welcome revelation. I choose truth over comfort. I receive clarity, even if it confronts me. Every time you see that number afterward, let it remind you that God is bringing hidden things to light in your favor. Chosen one. Revelation is not always gentle. Sometimes the truth shakes you before it frees you. But trust this, what is revealed is what is healed. You are stepping into a time when veils will drop and eyes will open. You'll see people differently, yourself differently, even God differently. And when that happens, confusion will lose its grip. Walk forward now with eyes wide open. Thank God for what He reveals, even if it hurts, because revelation is restoration. The light may blind at first, but soon it will guide you. The more you see, the freer you become. This is your unveiling season. The secrets that once trapped you are dissolving. The truth will no longer be hidden. It will rise within you like morning light. Chosen one. Pause for a moment. Breathe in and feel the weight of destiny pressing gently against your chest. These are not ordinary days. This is the moment of the prophetic instruction. Heaven is no longer giving hints, it is giving direction. You have prayed, cried, waited, and wondered, Lord, what now? And the Spirit answers, now you obey. Prophetic instruction is not always loud. Sometimes it comes as a quiet nudge, a thought that won't leave you, a conviction that feels like a whisper but carries the weight of thunder. God does not always send instructions written in fire. Sometimes He writes them across your ordinary days. The text you almost ignored, the dream you keep remembering, The small idea that refuses to fade. All are instruments of divine guidance. Your steps are being ordered, even when they feel uncertain. Heaven's map is never printed on paper, it's carved in obedience. Every yes you give to God creates the next piece of the path beneath your feet. You don't need to see the full staircase, just the next step. It was declared in the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 21. Your ears shall hear a word behind you, saying, "This is the way, walk in it." That voice is not imagination, it is instruction. The Holy Spirit is your compass in a world spinning with noise. When He whispers, move, don't debate, just move. Maybe the instruction for you is forgiveness, to release what has been poisoning your peace. Or maybe it's stillness, to stop running and allow God to restore you. For another, it may be to start that project, write that book, build that ministry, reach out to the one person God placed on your heart. Whatever the instruction, delay no longer. Delay is the enemy's favorite distraction. Think of obedience like planting a seed. The ground looks unchanged at first, but beneath the surface, life is moving. When you obey, heaven begins to align unseen forces on your behalf. People start showing up. Resources appear. The impossible begins to shift. The harvest doesn't come from wishing, it comes from doing. But prophetic instruction also demands humility. You can't obey if you're still arguing. Sometimes God will ask for something that feels too small to matter, like Moses' staff, David's stone, or the widow's oil. Yet miracles often hide inside small acts of obedience. Heaven measures faith, not scale. And chosen one, obedience must be practiced with sincerity. It's not performance, it's partnership. God is not after perfection, He's after alignment. Every time you choose to follow His whisper, you make space for miracles. I know it's not easy to keep walking when others doubt your direction. The world will always question what it doesn't understand. But remember, the ark looked ridiculous until it started to rain. You might look foolish for obeying now, but the flood of blessing will prove you were right to listen. Now, let this moment become sacred. If this message stirs your spirit, respond not out of obligation, but as an act of connection. Like this message if it touched something real in you. Share it if you feel others are standing at their own crossroads, unsure which way to turn. Subscribe so that each word of instruction that heaven sends through this stream finds you right on time. And if you feel led, sow into this flow. Every donation, no matter how small, becomes a seed planted in faith. You are not buying blessings, you are partnering with purpose. When you give from your heart, you echo heaven's generosity. Like the boy who offered his 5 loaves, God multiplies what you release. Imagine your obedience as ripples in water. One act of surrender spreads farther than you realize. Somewhere, someone's heart will awaken because you shared light. Somewhere, a weary soul will breathe again because your small step inspired their own. Prophetic instruction isn't just about hearing, it's about doing. Write down what the Spirit is saying. Don't wait until you feel ready. Obedience creates readiness. The path will always be hidden until you step onto it. Then it appears, one footprint at a time. Chosen one, you are being trained for precision. Heaven is teaching you to hear quickly and move swiftly. The more you practice obedience, the clearer the voice becomes. Soon, you'll discern between fear and faith with a single breath. That's what it means to walk prophetically, to move in sync with heaven's rhythm. So now, listen. God is not giving suggestions, He is giving strategies, and take the whisper seriously. The instruction you follow today will unlock the miracle you'll thank Him for tomorrow. Chosen one, this is your invitation to act. Light cannot guide those who refuse to move. So move with faith, with courage, with trust. Your obedience is not just for you, it's the signal heaven's been waiting for. Chosen one, the air around you feels charged lately, doesn't it? You can almost sense motion in the unseen. That's because heaven's armies are on the move. The title written over this hour is Angels in Motion. You are not walking alone. The tremors you felt in your spirit are not fear, they are the footsteps of messengers aligning with your destiny. Angels do not come to decorate moments. They come to execute instructions. Every act of obedience you've released, every tear you've cried in surrender, every yes whispered in faith, it has summoned movement in the invisible realm. What felt like stillness was actually heaven coordinating on your behalf. When you prayed last night, an angel was dispatched. When you forgave the one who wounded you, another was released. When you chose peace over panic, light began to move in your favor. The supernatural is never idle when a chosen one responds to God's call. When you chose kindness instead of revenge, one more was sent running. When you decided to speak hope instead of complaint, another drew near with strength. When you wept in private yet still whispered, "I trust you," the heavens took note, and a legion moved. Every unseen act of faith is a signal in the spirit, a flare that tells heaven, the chosen one still believes. Nothing you do in quiet obedience goes unnoticed. Every humble choice awakens motion above you. The Word of God declares in the book of Psalm, chapter 91, verse 11, "He shall give his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways." That promise is not poetry, it's policy. Angels are heaven's security detail, assigned to protect what God has approved. You have heavenly guardians traveling the same roads you walk, standing beside the same doors you approach, watching over the same future you fear to imagine. Sometimes their presence is subtle, a strange calm in chaos, a sudden provision, an unexpected delay that later proves to be protection. Angels rarely announce themselves. Their signature is divine order. You may never see wings, but you will see patterns, timing that feels too perfect to be coincidence, escapes that make no sense apart from mercy. Think of an orchestra tuning before a grand performance. Each instrument adjusts until harmony fills the hall. Right now, heaven's orchestra is tuning for your next movement. Angels are repositioning people, opportunities, and even obstacles so the symphony of your destiny will play on key. What seems like random disruption is heaven bringing every instrument into pitch. Some angels fight, some guard, some deliver messages. The ones around you now are strategic. They carry scrolls of fulfillment assignments written with your name on them, but they respond only to faith, not fear. Complaining silences their activity. Worship accelerates it. When you praise in uncertainty, you give them the permission to proceed. You are entering a window of divine coordination. Doors that were jammed are about to swing open. People who owe you apologies will feel an unexplained urge to make peace. Debts will dissolve, misunderstandings will clear, and clarity will return. Don't credit luck, recognize movement. Imagine the wind on a quiet day. You can't see it, yet leaves begin to dance. That's the evidence of angels. Heaven's breeze touches earthly things. When situations suddenly shift, when tension lifts after prayer, that's no accident, that's angelic choreography. Chosen one. Your part in this symphony is simple: remain sensitive. Do not rush to fix what heaven is still arranging. Your impatience can interfere with divine order. Angels move in precision. They don't race, they align. If you step too fast, you may walk ahead of what is still being placed for you. Trust the timing. Sometimes the holiest act is to stay still. In stillness, You allow angels to finish their work. Think of a painter perfecting the final stroke. If the canvas moves, the image blurs. The same is true for you. Don't move when heaven says hold. Wait until the brush lifts. You might notice unusual dreams, sudden peace, or moments of deep alertness. Those are not random, they're signals that the unseen realm is near. Pay attention. Stay awake in spirit. Heaven is communicating in layers through impressions, timing, and signs in your daily life. And when the breakthrough comes, give glory, not to coincidence, but to coordination. Remember that unseen hands have been weaving behind the curtain of time to bring you here. You are not lucky, you are guarded. Now, here is your gentle instruction: stay exactly where heaven placed you. Be silent when urged to argue. Be awake when tempted to drift. Stillness and awareness are your posture of partnership. When you hold your peace, angels hold their ground. Chosen one, your silence is not weakness, it is strategy. Your awareness is not paranoia, it is discernment. Stay still, stay alert, and watch the motion of heaven complete what your prayers began. Chosen one. The silence after the motion is not abandonment, it is assessment. Heaven is watching to see what you do now that the angels have set the stage. Every season of divine movement is followed by a test of obedience. Not the kind that punishes, but the kind that proves what you've learned. God is not testing to discover who you are, He already knows. The test is to reveal to you how far you've come. The quiet after breakthrough is often the most dangerous space. Many grow restless, misreading the stillness as disapproval, when in truth, it's invitation. Heaven pauses to see if you'll remain faithful when the excitement fades. Will you keep believing when there's no spotlight, no applause, no sign that you're being watched? That is where true obedience is born. Obedience is not always heroic, it's often ordinary. It's choosing prayer instead of panic, truth instead of convenience, purity instead of popularity. It's replying with peace when anger burns at the door. The great tests are hidden in small decisions. Every time you honor God in the unseen, your crown gains weight. Remember the word of God written in the first book of Samuel, chapter 15, verse 22. To obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed is better than the fat of rams. The verse still echoes through centuries. God desires your obedience more than your performance. He is not impressed by activity that ignores instruction. 1,000 good works cannot replace a single act of surrendered faith. Think of a child learning to walk beside a parent. The parent holds their hand but eventually lets go to see if the child has learned balance. That moment between steps, the wobble, the uncertainty is not punishment. It's proof that growth is working. In the same way, heaven steps back for a moment to let you prove your balance. The ground may feel unfamiliar, but it's safe because your Father watches every step. Obedience is less about rules and more about relationship. When you trust His heart, even difficult commands feel holy. You begin to obey, not out of fear, but out of love. The shift from have to want to is where maturity begins. That's how warriors are formed, not by comfort, but by trust. You will notice this test in how you handle repetition. God may ask you to do again what didn't seem to work last time. Pray again, love again, give again, believe again. It's not because He forgot, it's because He's perfecting your endurance. The second time you obey without questioning is when the gate opens. Most lose miracles between I tried and I trust. Sometimes obedience will separate you from the crowd. You'll feel misunderstood, even lonely. But don't interpret isolation as rejection, it's refinement. God calls his chosen ones into silence before sending them into influence. Every true leader has known the wilderness of obedience before the platform of purpose. It's like a sculptor carving a statue. To the untrained eye, it looks like destruction chips flying everywhere, edges breaking. But the artist knows what's being revealed inside the stone. Obedience is that carving. Every yes removes another piece of pride, another layer of fear, until what's left looks like Christ. There will be moments when obedience feels unfair. You will watch others prosper through shortcuts while you wait in the discipline of patience. Don't envy their speed, measure their roots. Trees that grow too quickly often topple under wind. Your obedience is building depth, not display. And understand this obedience doesn't always produce instant reward. Sometimes it produces peace. Sometimes it brings clarity. Sometimes it simply proves that your heart still beats in rhythm with heaven. The fruit will come later, but the faithfulness is the seed. When temptation whispers that compromise is easier, remember what obedience has already protected you from. You don't need to see every danger to thank God for deliverance. Some blessings are the disasters that never happened. Chosen one, every instruction from God is an invitation to greater trust. You will never regret saying yes. The cost may sting now, but regret costs more than obedience ever will. Disobedience builds walls. Obedience builds wings. This test you're in right now isn't about passing or failing, it's about revealing your readiness. God is checking if you can be trusted with what you prayed for. Because promotion without obedience leads to collapse. But obedience creates foundation. So hold steady. Stay faithful in small things. Heaven measures weight, not noise. You don't need to announce what you're doing, he sees. Every quiet act of obedience echoes louder in eternity than 1,000 public gestures of faith. When the test feels heavy, whisper this truth to yourself: obedience is my language of love. And mean it. That one sentence has the power to realign your spirit. Because obedience is not the end of the story, it's the bridge to the next glory. Chosen one. When obedience has been tested and proven, something shifts in the invisible realm. What you carry inside becomes visible outside. This is the transfer of power, the moment heaven entrusts greater authority to those who have remained faithful in hidden places. It's not about titles or recognition, it's about spiritual weight. You are not merely surviving anymore, you are ruling from within. For a long time, you felt like a follower watching others take the lead while you waited in the shadows. But now heaven says, step forward. The crown you once only dreamed of is already hovering above you. This is not imagination, it's inheritance. You were not created to blend in. You were born to govern the territory assigned to you, your home, your work, your influence, your generation. The scriptures remind us in the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10, "Be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life." This crown is not jewelry, it's jurisdiction. It represents spiritual authority earned through endurance. Every battle you endured, every temptation you resisted, every tear you turned into worship, all of it has been counted as currency. Heaven pays attention to perseverance. Power is never given cheaply. The transfer always follows a test, so you can't wear the crown until you've carried the cross. You've already faced storms that tried to convince you you weren't chosen. Yet here you are, still standing, still believing. That persistence has made you a carrier of power. What used to intimidate you now trembles before you. But remember, divine power is not about dominance, it's about stewardship. Authority from heaven is always expressed through service. Think of a shepherd with a staff. The staff is not for display. It's for protection and guidance. The greater the staff, the greater the responsibility. God is entrusting you with influence not to magnify your name, but to magnify His. Imagine electricity flowing through a wire. The wire doesn't boast about its brightness, it simply conducts the current. You are that conduit. The power moving through you isn't yours, it's heaven's. Stay humble, or you risk short-circuiting what God is trying to release. Pride blocks power faster than failure ever could. Chosen one. When the transfer of power begins, it feels subtle at first, a stronger awareness of peace, deeper discernment, words carrying unexpected impact. You'll notice people listening differently, doors opening faster, and spiritual clarity increasing. This is the manifestation of authority. It's heaven confirming, you've passed the test, now walk as my representative. Don't shrink from this. You are not stealing glory by accepting it. You are fulfilling prophecy. Power unused is purpose denied. The world is desperate for those who can carry light without arrogance, who can lead without losing purity. You are that kind of leader, refined, steady, and marked. But remember, new power attracts new pressure. Darkness recognizes promotion. The enemy will try to question your identity, whispering, "Who do you think you are?" Answer him with silence and fruit. You don't have to prove your authority, you simply have to walk in it. Results speak louder than rebuttals. Picture a relay runner extending the baton. The runner before you has done their part. Now the baton of purpose is in your hand. Don't drop it. Don't freeze in fear. Run with endurance. Every step you take is a continuation of heaven's storyline. The transfer of power is generational. You are part of something ancient and eternal. Chosen one. You may not realize it yet, but your voice carries weight now. When you speak peace, chaos listens. When you declare healing, it begins. When you pray, angels respond faster. This is not exaggeration, it's authorization. Your spirit has been licensed to operate with divine authority in earthly spaces. So walk differently, pray differently, speak differently. Don't beg for what you already possess. You are not waiting for permission. Heaven has already signed the decree. The seal of approval has matured into a mantle of power. And now, I want you to take a small yet prophetic action. Comment these words: I rise now. Do not underestimate what it means. When you write it, you're not typing letters, you're making an announcement in the spirit. You're declaring, I accept my authority. I embrace my mantle. I rise to the level heaven has prepared for me. That single phrase releases alignment between your calling and your courage. The crown is not coming, it has already descended. Power has shifted from promise to presence. You are no longer waiting at the door. You are the door through which heaven flows. Walk in this truth with humility, strength, and quiet fire. Your footsteps will carry weight. Your prayers will shake foundation. You are no longer just the one who survived, you are the one who reigns. Chosen one, the atmosphere around you is shifting once more. What began as shaking has now become alignment. This is the season of the final alignment. Heaven is positioning everything, people, timing, resources, and even your emotions so that your destiny can finally function without resistance. The Spirit of God is synchronizing what once seemed scattered. What looked delayed was never denied, it was simply waiting for proper alignment. You've been wondering why certain things didn't fit before, why opportunities slipped through your hands, why some relationships suddenly dissolved. The answer is simple. Heaven refuses to bless misalignment. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 138, verse 8. The Lord will perfect that which concerns me. That perfection is not about flawlessness, it's about completion. God is finishing what He started in you, shaping every jagged edge of your story into purpose. Final alignment means heaven is adjusting every detail of your life so that your steps and His plan move as one. It's like tuning the strings of an instrument. If even one is off pitch, the whole song suffers. The master musician has his hand on the strings of your destiny, tightening, loosening, balancing until the sound of your obedience matches the rhythm of His will. Sometimes alignment feels like loss. You'll find yourself separated from people you love, pulled away from environments that once felt comfortable. Don't misinterpret it. When God separates, He's not subtracting, He's sanctifying. He's ensuring that what remains in your circle can stand the weight of your future. Every person who stayed wasn't loyal, some were simply assigned. And when their assignment ends, release them in peace. It's like a carpenter fitting pieces of wood together. He sands down edges, removes splinters, tests for balance. The process is noisy, but necessary. You are that design. He's ensuring that every piece of your character aligns with His plan. If He left you as you were, the structure would collapse under blessing. Chosen one, alignment is not something you chase, it's something you become. The more you yield, the more heaven arranges. Stop forcing what no longer fits. Stop trying to hold together what God is dismantling. Divine order doesn't require your control, only your cooperation. This is your moment to trust timing again. When something doesn't open easily, don't kick it, pray. When something closes, don't panic, bow. The hand of God is guiding even the smallest turns. The same one who began the work is orchestrating the finish. Every delay is a divine pause for alignment. Think of the stars above the night sky. They appear random, yet every constellation is precise. Ships navigate oceans by their placement. In the same way, your steps will guide others because your alignment will light their way. People will find direction by watching how you move when heaven says wait and go. You may not feel it yet, but internally your spirit is settling. The confusion that once swirled around you is thinning. The fog is clearing. You're beginning to feel steady again, not because life is easy, but because your heart and heaven are finally in sync. This is what peace disguised as purpose feels like. Now comes your part, your practical act of faith. Stay where heaven has planted you until He says move. Don't run toward excitement. Run toward alignment. The temptation to rush will come, but alignment thrives in patience. Remember, it's better to be aligned and unseen than visible and off course. Chosen one, your life is like a compass pointing north toward divine purpose. When emotions, people, or desires try to pull you off direction, pause and realign. The simplest way to stay aligned is through daily surrender. Whisper, "Not my will, but yours," and watch how clarity returns. Alignment always follows surrender. And now, here is your call to practice before you act, before you speak, before you decide. Pause for 3 breaths and ask heaven, is this aligned? Then wait for peace. That peace is your confirmation. If confusion remains, remain still. The enemy rushes, God refines. When you live aligned, doors open naturally. You won't have to force favor, it will flow. You won't have to beg for understanding, it will come. You'll realize that the people who are meant to walk with you don't have to be convinced, they just fit. Chosen one, alignment is heaven's final preparation before manifestation. You've been refined, tested, sealed, and strengthened. Now God is locking every piece into perfect order. Don't resist the placement. Don't doubt the process. The foundation is ready, and the structure is about to rise. So stay steady, breathe deeply, and trust the builder. The same God who aligned the galaxies is aligning your life. When He's finished, you'll understand why every disconnection, delay, and redirection was necessary. Everything is falling not apart, but into place. Chosen one, take a deep breath. You have walked through shaking, revelation, obedience, and alignment, and now you stand at the edge of fulfillment. This is the moment of manifestation days. The unseen becomes visible. What you once only prayed for begins to breathe before your eyes. The seed you've been protecting in faith is breaking the surface. Heaven has approved the release. Every tear, every sacrifice, every long night of waiting was building this very moment. You may not feel ready, but manifestation never waits for comfort. It responds to completion. Everything you endured was preparation, and now the harvest is moving toward you. We find in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven." Your season has arrived. What once felt delayed was only developing underground. The roots had to grow deep before fruit could appear. Heaven's timing has always been perfect. Now it's visible. Manifestation is not magic. It's the natural response to obedience. When you planted prayer, you sowed potential. When you obeyed in private, you watered the unseen. And now, heaven's rain is falling. The earth beneath your spirit is responding, pushing up the fruit of faith. Imagine standing at sunrise after a long night. The first rays of light are gentle, yet they reveal everything hidden by darkness. That's manifestation. It doesn't always roar. Sometimes it arrives quietly, wrapping your life in soft certainty. Suddenly, what confused you makes sense. What you lost returns in a higher form. What you dreamed becomes tangible. Chosen one, this is your visible miracle season. It's the time when your endurance translates into evidence. The very areas where you felt forgotten will become platforms of testimony. God is about to make your private faith public truth. Think of a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. The struggle to break free isn't punishment, it's strengthening. Without that resistance, its wings would be too weak to fly. You've been through your own cocoon season, tight spaces, quiet cries, painful stretching, but now, heaven says, spread your wings. When you won't crawl anymore, you will soar. Still, manifestation requires mindfulness. When blessings begin to bloom, stay rooted in humility. Don't rush to announce everything. Let fruit speak for you. Even miracles need maturity. The tree that bears fruit too soon risks breaking under its own weight. Wait until the harvest is fully ripe before you share it. And remember, manifestation is not just for you. The light God reveals in your life is meant to guide others still walking in shadow. Your story is someone else's roadmap. When people ask how you made it, tell them truthfully, it was all God. That honesty will carry more power than any performance ever could. Now, pause for a sacred moment. If these words echo in your heart, if you feel the breath of heaven confirming this truth, act not out of emotion but out of gratitude. Like this message if it awakened something within you. Share it so another weary soul can find their dawn. Subscribe to stay connected to the continual flow of these prophetic words, because the journey of the chosen never ends with one victory. And if you feel led, sow into this soil. Give not from pressure, but from purpose. Every offering becomes a seed in the garden of this revelation. When you sow into light, you multiply it not just for yourself, but for others who still wander in darkness. Your generosity is not a transaction, it's transformation. Imagine your act of giving as a ripple in water. You toss one pebble of faith, and waves reach shores you may never see. Someone's heart revives, someone's faith reignites. Someone's spirit stands again, all because you decided to keep the current moving. Chosen one, manifestation does not mean your journey ends. It means your assignment expands. The same God who brought the promise to pass will now use you as evidence that faith works. When you speak, others will believe. When you move, others will follow. You are no longer chasing signs, you are one. So stand tall under this morning sky. Feel the warmth of answered prayer resting on your skin. This is your moment. Heaven has released, earth has responded, and you, yes, you are walking proof that promise never fails. If your heart agrees, leave your mark below. Comment the words "promise fulfilled." Write it as a testimony, not just a phrase. Each letter declares what God spoke has come to pass, and I am living evidence. Let that declaration be both gratitude and prophecy, for more manifestations are already forming behind the veil. Chosen one, welcome to your harvest. The vision has spoken, and it will not lie. Chosen one. This is not an ending, it's a continuation, and what began as words is now a whisper within you. A seed waiting to grow in quiet places, and if this message has stirred something sacred, share it. You never know whose dawn it might awaken. But if it simply spoke softly to your heart, keep it close, guard it like treasure, and let it do its hidden work within. Every revelation is a living thing. It grows where it's honored. The journey doesn't stop here, it just turns the page to your next divine chapter.